Excuse me. One of my interests in the world as Mahdi Shaheeb Sher is the phenomenon of whipping in the world. I think we are fortunate to live in the modern age because we have safeguards and protections with the rule of law and government, and we have some kind of an understanding in how life should behave. And I think that is a little bit good and special for the world. And I think that this is a progress that should be accepted. I think with the phenomena of whipping, we've had a long period of time in world history, maybe 500 years, where there has been a situation and a condition where a human being has been whipped, perhaps whipped to death, but whipped, and perhaps whipped to death by another human being. And I think that this has to be recorded or understood, that this has taken place. I think if you look at most of the world with the animal kingdom, trees and plants, they enjoy a safe harbour of a world and life where they don't need to undergo crime or punishment with any influx of human behaviour. I think that the world is steady and perhaps safe in its encompass, in not being interfered with, and most of the world in its natural habitat is left alone, and that's exactly why it doesn't need to go through the crime and punishment that human beings need to go through, and this could include the form of crime and punishment with whipping. I think if you look at the dangerous, limitless extent of whipping, it just goes on and on. And if you look at the bounty of the natural world, it is relatively safe from these modern human concepts and conditions of crime and punishment. But I think unfortunately we have experienced an age, maybe a European age, and a European Dark Age, and a European Medieval Age, and perhaps a European Roman Colosseum Age, and perhaps a Greek Defensive Age, and perhaps a Colonialism Age, where there has been a rape of a natural contentment, of natural habitat that has not been disturbed. But I think that with human people and human beings, they do have a psychology of disruption and interference and mocking and insults and bad humour and character and disbehaviour and bad foul language and condition of punishment inflicted on not just another life but on another human being. I think people find other human beings simple creatures. That's why they inflict pain on them, and perhaps this may not be understood in world history, but there is a condition where human people see other human people as small creatures, and that's exactly why they inflict pain. And I think if man had more confidence, respect for knowledge and intelligence, and the pursuit of better development and attainment, then perhaps people and man could be more reluctant to inflict pain and crime on not just big creatures, but small creatures as well, but especially the big ones. So I think we do, and we have experienced an age of whipping people, and that is a very cruel behaviour of people, person and mankind. The world has never witnessed behaviour like the punishment of whipping a person, that is very severe behaviour conducted by mankind for the purposes of mankind, and I think that's why the natural habitat looks away from mankind, because it's very cruel and severe with some behaviour like that. So I think we should appreciate and respect the modern age and the comforts and perhaps the luxuries of the modern age, that we do have liberties, freedoms and safeguards that can protect the better individual from any crime, any punishment, any insult or insubordination or indignity of character. That man has a right to character and dignity for the pursuit of its own happiness, and it's as simple as that. It's freedom for the pursuit of its own happiness. Thank you very much.